Hey,
Morning,
brother.
brother.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Good to see you again.
Good to see you as well. How's everything?
Yeah, really, really good, thank you. I'm got lots of videos to work on to edit. So I did a lovely one yesterday in the south of England in a place called the South Downs, and it's kind of right near the coast, near Brighton, but it's just inland in all of like the hills and Um, there's a huge natural feature. The place where we went is called the Devil's Dyke, and
You?
it's like a huge ridge just in the middle of the land that goes on for miles and miles, and it's just covered in just naturalness. It's just stunning. Yeah, so
Amazing.
hopefully that'll you'll get to see that in the next few days. But more importantly, my brother, what about you? How have you been since our chat a couple of weeks ago in the forest?
Uh, it's so everything looks good on the paper. I have like a slow pace of life. Almost I spend a lot of time in nature and everything, but it feels the past like month or so. It feels so sticky and it's restless,
Yeah, yeah.
Like
And
there is this. It seems lately that the moments of stillness are like accessible just for a few minutes.
yeah,
Maybe when I'm in nature, like I stay 2 hours, there's like few minutes of clarity.
yeah,
Or when I'm in bed, the morning sometimes,
yeah.
and the rest is like a constant like belief in thoughts, in the me, in the next. Like
And
the morning, I just wake up.
what do you do
Sorry.
though when you notice, when you recognize, when you become aware that the thoughts have spun up? Is there anything that you have learned or that you try and do or that you stop doing that helps in any way?
I used to do.
Apart from walking in the forest.
You mean internal practice or
Like,
something like
yeah,
that?
so if I call it whatever you please, whatever you use, whether it be practice,
Mm.
meditation, stillness, wholeness, whatever you want to label it, ignore the word. Yeah. Do you have a way to go bang and drop into it and turn the mind off? Whether it feels good or bad in this moment, in this instant, yeah, it may not feel nice, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about just the action of the mind being busy. When
Mm.
that happens and you become aware of it, what's your normal or general reaction, or kind of what's your normal next over the last week, for example? Let's simplify it, or in the last 2 days, when you've been aware of that stickiness in and out, what sensations arrive? Have you noticed any sensations? Have you noticed that it's is it is it the same story that keeps going, or is it different each time? Is it pictures? Is it music? Is it you just joining in? Kind of give me a kind of in the last 24 hours, what does it look like for you? Make it real for me.
It's just like there is thoughts appears with belief in it. Like there's no space between like the thought and the belief. Sometimes I catch there is a catching of the belief
Yeah.
for like a second or two, and then it's like the
Okay.
machine is like it's like
Okay.
hits in the face.
Okay.
So
The sensations in the body for that moment or two, do
uh,
you?
not much sensations. There's no sensations. It's just like yeah,
All right.
just a voice talking, and the
Of
story
course.
goes go.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it seems since because it was effortless for a long period of time, so I didn't have to. Like I felt when I practice uh, or I do any step, it
yeah,
was away from that stillness.
of
So I
course.
was kind of like, uh, it was like, yeah, there was no need to do anything to be there. So
Understand.
before
Understand.
there was like, yeah, stepping back sometimes, or just uh, just point myself, even though who is point, like just like sometimes it could be self-inquiry, or simply like, yeah, like i I don't know. I used to use a lot of like, but now since like I got this habit of not just resting there. Now when it's back, I like I yeah, it's
Okay,
like
cool. Do you have somewhere where you can rest, like put your phone down and just sit still? Do you have somewhere nearby where you can do that and feel safe?
mm,
This isn't going to kind of switch you off. We're going to do a couple of practicing things that kind of I want to remind you that you've done before, either on your own, but certainly with myself. Um, and I'm just going to use the next couple of minutes as a bit of a reminder for you. Yeah. But I'll wait until you sit still and you've got comfortable and that you're happy for me to proceed.
yeah.
Yeah, beautiful, man. So just a big couple of big deep breaths into the abdomen, brother. Feeling that chair pushing in the back of your head and the back of your back and your bum. Feeling the floor pushing in your feet. Focusing on all the sensations in the body and the breeze. Breathing into the abdomen behind the belly button. Now I want you to just focus straight away. No warm up. Bang. Focus on the silence between my words and the silence underneath my words. All the gaps between my words and the silence between my words, and stay there for no reason. Focusing on the breath, watching your tummy go in and out, up and down. Good. And relaxing the jaw, relaxing the shoulders. Listening to all sounds now. Listen to all sounds. Knowing you can handle all the sensations in the body. And just be aware of all the sensations and watch them like the clouds. Just watch them like the clouds because they're not here for you. There's no victim in these sensations. It's just what the body needs in this instant, this direct moment. When you're switched off, when you're not trying to control it, this is how it feels in this instant. So just watch how it feels in this instant without a story behind it. Just now, right now, in this instant, without a past and a future, the direct aliveness of the gaps between my words and the silence between my words and the silence underneath my words, still breathing, still pushing. Now, without opening your eyes, do not open your eyes. I want them to relax so they're not flickering and blinking whilst they're closed. That's good. And relax your face and your jaw. Relax your jaw. Feel it all floppy in your cheeks. Still feeling the chair in the back of your head and your neck and your bum and your floor pushing into your feet. For no reason, it's just what's happening. And you are the awareness. You are always this awareness. You're the awareness of the stillness. You're the awareness of the non-stillness. It's just the awareness of what's happening in this instant. So keeping the attention on the breath into the stomach, go and look between awareness and no awareness and just stay there. Don't pull it or don't push it. Just feel everything. You're the awareness of what is being felt. Well done, mate. I just want you to now start to make your out breath twice as long as your in breath. and create a bit of a hum to it from the out breath, or a bit of a husk, like just so that you can hear it yourself or feel something yourself in your chest on your out breath, which is twice as long as the in breath. Listening to all sounds. Good. Now take yourself back to that visualization where you're the first and only human on the planet, my brother. Brother Madhi on his own on planet Earth, just as you are in that body today, but with no other people. You're the only one here. Imagine how that would feel in the body. Create that sensation without flickering your eyes. Relax your eyes. Good. Well done, brother. Watch all of the animals where you are, watching them all moving. Remembering, as the first and only human on the planet in this space, knowing how it feels, imagining how it feels, creating that story yourself, creating a story of bliss, of peace and tranquility, and of silence and stillness, and just sitting in that, making that reality, creating that story, writing your own words. And without adding to them, watch your thoughts. Keep breathing into the abdomen. Watch your thoughts. Don't add to them. Like you was watching the sensations, just watch your thoughts. Don't add to them. Watch them like the clouds, brother. Bringing back in the awareness of the breeze, the cool breeze kissing your face and the floor pushing into your feet, listening to all sounds in your local area. You sense in this space where there's a bit of an air gap between you and those thoughts, that story again. Just watch it, don't add. Knowing you can handle any sensations that arise, just breathe through them, brother. Don't resist them. Don't push them down. Don't swallow them. Just keep your mouth nice and open, your cheeks nice and relaxed, your eyelids nice and relaxed so they're not flickering and blinking. And in this space where there's no language, there's no past and no future, I'll ask you, brother, what do you believe in this instant, right in this moment, without a past, without everything that's gone before, and without a future? So without anything happening, because there's nothing happening in this instant, go and look where this instant actually begins and ends. And in that space, go and look for the one who is aware of that. And stay there for no reason, because in that space, where you are the awareness, I want you to also sense, brother, that you're aware that you're aware. Aren't you? Please speak. You're aware that you're aware of my voice, aren't you? Beautiful. And you're aware that you're aware of the sensations of the chair pushing in your back and the floor pushing in your feet, aren't you, Brother Madhi? You're aware of that, aren't you? And you're aware that you're aware of that, aren't you? And in that spacious awareness, in that pure consciousness, just watch the thoughts, watch the story, It should be pretty quiet by now, but just watch it, wait for it to fizzle out. Keep breathing into the abdomen. Please keep putting your awareness in your stomach, going up and down as you're breathing in and out with the elongated out breath, the longer out breath, for no reason. And in this spaciousness, go and look between doing and not doing. And just stay there for no reason. And just allow these words to hit your ears. Nothing for you to do with these. Listening to the gaps between my words and the silence beneath my words. What you was describing to me at the beginning, going in and out. Keep your awareness on your breath. What you was describing, going in and out of this wholeness, this singularity over the last few weeks, and before we first spoke as well. You must understand that that is normal. And it's normal in as much that it's not you doing it. So you don't have anything to do with what's happening there. This process will unfold as and when it's ready. And the more you're in a hurry for it, the more you try and do it, the more you try and find it, the more you try and enhance it or beat it or win or practice, the more nexts you create. You're not doing this. Do you sense that all those nexts that have occurred in your thoughts in that story, whether you've done them or not, whether you've believed them or not, and whether you've been aware of them consciously or not, or just reacted to them, it was all just a story and not this stillness, where we're just breathing and feeling and smelling and tasting. And with our eyes gently closed, we're watching behind our eyelids. We're watching a TV screen behind each eyelid. We're looking at all of the colors behind the eyelids, all of the flashes, the oranges, the grays, the reds, the yellows, the whizzes, the explosions, all of that energy, that amazing light show going on behind your eyelids for no reason. It's just all energy. Same as the sounds hitting your ears, it's all just energy. The sensations pushing in the back of your head and your feet is just energy. And without moving, watching your thoughts, I want to show you how conditioned we are in this stillness and in this silence. As a mature man, in this instant, because you can't feel it or feel them, and you can't see them or hear them or smell them or taste them, in this instant, unless you'd seen them before without moving, in this instant, unless you'd seen them before, would you even know what fingers are? Your fingers or the fingers on your hand? Do you even know you've got fingers? How would you know that? From this point forward, how do you know you've got fingers? Please speak. Without a past and a future, without moving fingers, without moving the hand or the arm, in pure stillness, pure awareness. Do your fingers currently exist? Please speak. Can you see, smell, feel, hear, or taste them in this instant? Or are they just a thought? Please speak whenever you're ready. Believe it. Whatever you're going to say, take it from your gut, not from the story in the head, not from the mind. The mind doesn't know this. In this openness where we watch our thoughts and don't add, how do you know you've got fingers in this instant?
With no past and no future, there is no language, and so there is no fingers or anything else.
Beautiful, beautiful, right? So that's really local. That's on the body, in the body, with the body. It's not separate, the fingers, and you're still not aware of them. You still don't have them yet. Now, without opening your eyes, one of your hands, as slow as possible, move it so that your fingers are in front of your face on one hand, but do not open your eyes. Without opening your eyes or moving. Do you have fingers yet, or have you just moved that arm?
No fingers yet.
Right, look at your fingers now, brother. Just keep looking at them. Don't stop looking at them. Now, really widen your vision up. So keep looking at the fingers, but open up your vision to 180 degrees so you see everything, but still just looking at your fingers. But you see the whole room, the whole of that space outside there. But you're still just looking at your fingers and you're still just breathing into your abdomen. You're still just watching your thoughts. You're still just watching the sensations. Okay, gently put the arm down, brother, in your own time. Keep your eyes open and just put your vision on something else and don't move it. Keep breathing into the abdomen. Now, do you see in this space where you're watching everything, thoughts, feelings, smells, sight, sounds, tastes, watching it all without adding to any of it, without labeling any of it? You have a memory now of those fingers in front of your face from recent, don't you? You have that memory, but it's not real anymore, is it, brother? They're not in front of your face anymore, are they?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. And are there any thoughts right now? Are there any thoughts?
No.
Good. So even with that moving, even with that inquiry about the fingers and the looking at them and then the unlabeling and then the not looking at them and then looking at something else and then the unlabeling of something else, amongst all of that, you still feel the isness, the stillness and silence, don't you? Amongst all of that that you just did, including the moving.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Now, there's no story that come with any of that, which is why there's no thoughts, which is why there's no mind. Look between mind and no mind. With your eyes open, keep your eyeballs still. Open your vision up to 180 degrees. Don't move. Breathing into the abdomen. Unlabel, amnesia. Unlabel what is being seen and just stay in that space of open nothingness. And you're not trying. It's almost trance-like, but you're not trying. That's just no mind. No mind. No smells. No thoughts. No feelings. No tastes. No sounds. No sight. Just what's happening for no reason. Before words. Gently close your eyes again and connect with the silence straight away. Without coming out of the silence, stay there and gently open the eyelids. Don't move the eyeballs. Stay there. Breathing into the abdomen, feeling the chair, listening to it all. Open your eyes again. Stay there. Stay in the stillness. Unlabel what is being seen. And with those eyes open, go and look for the one that is aware of what is being seen in stillness and silence. And the mind will stop creating outlines around what is being seen, and you'll start just seeing colors and hues and shapes without stories. Just watch it all, unlabel it all, like the clouds. Keep breathing into the abdomen. So before in the forest, we pretty much did everything with the eyes closed. Because the sense of sight or vision is really, really, really distracting to the mind. And in this practice here, we've introduced vision. So the eyelids are now open. There's still no labeling happening. We're still watching our thoughts for no reason. And we're still breathing into our abdomen. We're still feeling the wind and the breeze kissing our face where we've not got clothes on, and the chair pushing in our back and the floor pushing in our bum. And we have this sense in this instant, outside of the story of my life, the I or the me, there's nothing happening ever. In this instant, there's nothing happening. If there's no mind, no smell, taste, sight, hear, if there's no story in all of that, in this instant, in this direct moment, the only thing that's real, where there's no past and there's no next, it's just this, it's still this instant. Where we are unable to find the beginning and the end of this instant because it's always this instant without time. It's instantly this instant, always this direct instant. It's not time. It's not yesterday. It's not tomorrow. It's not next. It's this instant still. It's always this instant. And without an attachment to an identity, that body is always in this instant, in this stillness. Always. It's its natural state. When there's no mind, when there's no labeling and conditioning, when there's just what is being sensed through those five senses, when you have the confidence and the resilience to know that it doesn't matter how busy the story of the mind is, if you sit still and watch it and breathe into that abdomen and elongate the out breath and slow things down, you just be patient and you wait for it to settle like it has. And this, for me, brother, took just over 2 years. This practicing the practice, waiting for it to stop. Although I didn't know that it could stop. I just worked out that I could only do it when I was like this initially. Because you never did this in the first place. This is you stopping doing what you was doing before this phone call. Whatever that was, whatever story was spun or you was believing or felt. And it's not your fault, remember. It's just the conditioning. So without this practice, without failure, you're not going to succeed. And there's nothing happening. There's nothing to win or lose. There's no failure. There's no succeeding. They're all just made up words, judgment and conditioning. There's what is in this instant, and that's it. And whatever you're feeling in this instant has already happened. Otherwise, you wouldn't be aware of it. So there's nothing you can do with what you're aware of. It's too late. So stop and watch and feel. Watch all of that. Because you're wasting your time. You're wasting your energy, believing you're the I or the me in that story, letting it wind you up, letting it win, letting it trying to create a next for you to make it go away when there's nothing there. It's this. It's always this. And it's not personal, brother. So just relaxing and speaking normally. How are you feeling, brother? Take your time. How are you feeling?
Calmer, like the volume of thoughts has is down.
Hmm.
They are there with no direct belief in anything.
Hmm. How do you feel about practicing doing nothing? So you're not practicing meditation, you're not practicing stillness, you're just resting. The body is resting, it's having a break. You don't need to call it anything.
Mm.
This is the only time it's probably had being completely still, brother. Properly, where you're disciplined enough to watch your thoughts no matter what sensations you feel. And you can do all of this on your own, anytime you want. And it's hard, it's frustrating, but that is it as well, isn't it? That is it as well. That's part of it, whatever it is, this mystery. And you won't break through that contracted energy in terms of the fear of it until you know and have the confidence that you can hit this stillness on your own anytime you want, because it's like a pull cord uh, on a parachute, this process, and it takes you 2 seconds to go bang. And having the recognition that I accept this is the human experience in this body, in this instant. This is what I am aware of. There's no story that needs to be believed. There's no I that needs to be believed. There's no me that needs to be believed. But you can't stop it playing out. Not until you sit through it and watch it and feel it and smell and taste and hear it. In that stillness, knowing that you can tolerate that energy inside. And it's knowing, it's the confidence and the trust in your own instinct and confidence that you're safe. There's nothing to do in this instant. You know, you've got a beautiful, calm day and life. You were saying at the beginning, you know, you've got everything you want, and it doesn't make sense why you don't have the stillness and silence. Well, it doesn't make sense because you're trying to make sense of it. That's the paradox. If you just go,
Mm.
fuck it, I don't care about it. Throw away non-duality, throw away meditation, throw away stillness, throw away wholeness, throw away silence, and feel what you feel, see what you see, hear what you hear. Breathe long and slow, and you're there. Because the body's doing all that anyway, so you're not doing it. So it really is being, because you're not getting involved in any of the five senses. And it's literally like muscle memory. As if you was trying to learn to play the piano. You don't have one lesson and go, why can't I play that song? You know, the mind doesn't work like that. That's not how it gets quiet. It gets quiet by knowing that it has a process to do, to follow, that works every single time. And sometimes I can drop in 10 seconds, and sometimes I can drop in 10 minutes, depending upon what sort of day I've had and what energy I'm feeling. It's not always immediate. It's not always possible. It's not always
Effortless.
understandable. Yeah. And it's not the same ever, twice, ever.
Mm.
It's unique every time. So if the mind keeps going in this loop, trying the same way to try and be at peace with it, simply by doing the same as it's always done, it's never going to change. That is the next. And it's going to do it again, and it's going to do it again, it's going to do it again. But if it's just going to say, I'm never going to speak to Vern, I'm never going to watch YouTube, I'm never going to read anything on non-duality, I'm never going to meditate, all I'm going to do is be with this body in this natural environment and see what happens. And start there every morning, because that's the truth. That's where you start every morning. Without a story, it's blank. The character of Madhi is blank all the time outside of the story, like when you was laying on there in that blankness, in that stillness. And you can do that whilst you're moving, sitting, scratching, working, walking, but you do it with the breath. So like if I am, for example, right, this is my microphone case, and I can do this, and I'm still breathing into my stomach. I'm watching the sensations in my feet and the chair in my back. I'm looking at I'm looking at this. I'm seeing absolutely everything in the room, all 180 degrees. I'm still feeling the chair. I'm still breathing into my abdomen. And I don't need to watch my thoughts because they're not doing anything. And I just relax in that because I haven't actually done anything apart from fiddle with this thing, whatever this thing is, whatever we've labeled it. Nothing's happened. And amongst all of that story in that last 1 minute that I said, I haven't left that stillness and silence, even now. I can listen to the own silence between my own words when I talk. That's how local this is. Permanently, without you doing anything. If you just stop doing anything. If you accept failure, if you want to call it that, because you are a perfectionist and you understand this intellectually, and it's very frustrating when you understand something intellectually, but you still can't do it. Now, let me tell you, because it's not you that ultimately would do it or does it in the first place. It just happens on its own. So if you put 1 kilojoule of energy into trying to do it, you're not doing it because you're doing the next, as opposed to it doing it on its own. It's such a crippling, frustrating paradox that the only way to experience it is to not try. And because you had such a couple of beautiful experiences and stillnesses, you kind of know what's possible and what the prize is, but you can't see it as a prize. Because all the time you see that stillness and silence as a prize, it's separate, it's a thing. It's the duality. There's no prize because there's still nothing happening. I can hear trains here. I can hear the wind. I can hear when the sun comes out and it makes the building I'm in warm, and I can feel it creaking and cracking as it expands and shrinks as the sun goes in and out. And as it creaks and cracks, I can feel the vibrations of the building going through my body, of the sun making the building expand and create and contract. And I can sense the brightness as the sun comes in and out. And behind my eyes, it gets brighter and darker, even just slightly a little bit as clouds pass over the sun. And then I kind of get drawn to the comfort that I've built for myself by knowing and being confident of where I am in this instant, that the body is safe, that I'm not the thoughts or the story, I'm the awareness. And I can handle any story that gets played to me or not. And when a story does get played to you and you want it to be quiet, you can breathe into the abdomen, do a long, slow out breath, and just watch your thoughts. Your thoughts. Don't add. And you can be moving, you can be still, you can be anything when you do that. But the slower you do it, if you're moving, the easier it is at the beginning. Like when I asked you to move your hand really slowly, you could stay in the stillness. But if I asked you to go bang, 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 you wouldn't be in the stillness. You know, you'd get distracted and the thoughts would come up. What's he doing? What's he talking about? Yeah. And that's not you doing any, that's just a reaction to someone doing something silly, to sight and sound and movement. And all thoughts are that, brother. All thoughts are just a reaction to one of those five senses, or a reaction to another thought if you add to it yourself, if you create that thought train by having a thought about a thought and talking to it in your head, believing you're the I and the me and having that conversation. Don't ever have that conversation, ever. And when you notice it happens, you can watch it and it will stop instantly without you trying. Just do the breath, watch it without eyes, without vision to start with, watching it, watching the story, and it ends. And then you bring your awareness back to the sensations in the seat and the floor and the sights and the sounds and the smells and the tastes, and just stay there without looking to improve on this instant. Because this is perfection. This is freedom from everything. Freedom from mind already, always. And it's just training. It's just practice. It's just discipline. It's hard, man. It's so hard and it's relentless and it's every second of every so-called day because you're not in control of the thoughts or the mind. So knowing that this is never going to stop, and you are the one willing and prepared to tolerate that in order to grow and to find out what triggers you, what you're uncomfortable with, what emotions are still trapped, what beliefs are associated with those trapped emotions and energies, and just sitting in that stillness and watching it all, working it all through, letting the stories play out, feeling what you feel, connecting with the spirits in those stories, and letting those energies all finish one at a time. And they never stop. Even 2 years until it stopped for me, in the 14 or 15 months that it has been stopped, particularly when I'm tired or I've kind of feel a little bit burnt out. For me, it starts to get busy again, right? So for me, I know unless for me, I've learned through my practice, the less tired I am, the easier the practice is. And I don't know why. It just is for me. And similarly, if, for example, I I don't have the will, desire, or energy to sit through it and watch it and learn from it and process it and do the shadow work, then I'll go and do something else that I love doing. And I don't sit there being pummeled by the story when there's nothing happening. I create the next that I want in this instant because it's the only one that's real and it's something that I love doing and it's for me and only me and I do it unapologetically. And sometimes that might just be putting an eye mask on, some noise cancelling earphones, some binaural beats, breathing into my abdomen and closing my eyes. It may be that. Or it may be sitting on Zoom speaking to some guy in Tunisia. You know, it could be anything. But outside of what's actually happening with the body, with the thoughts, with the sensations, nothing is becoming, is good, is bad, is creating, is losing, is winning. There's nothing to maintain here in this direct instant because it's already this direct instant and it's all there's real. And it never goes anywhere. It never has a story, ever. There's never a me in it. There's never an I in this instant. There's that body, brother, with its family, with its history, with its ancestry. But none of that's real either. It's just a story that you remember, that you have values for and you're proud of, and you can talk to your friends and relatives about. Doesn't make it real. What's real is sitting in that sunroom outside, listening to this. That's all that's real. And because you don't feel judged in this instant, that's why there's no thoughts. Your mind isn't trying to improve on the isness, is it? Because it can't, can it? What a waste of time that would be.
You just want to say like, yeah, it's like a paradox because you say, I heard this and I know like practicing is already assuming that this is not already it.
Yeah.
And then yeah, it's a practice to, yeah, it's like
So that moves you out of it, right? It's the only thing practice is going to do is move you out of the isness.
mm,
If you're practicing for a reason. If you're not practicing for a reason, it just feels nice, then that's it. That's it. It just feels nice. It doesn't need a word or a label.
mm,
Yeah, if playing the piano feels nice but sounds terrible, it doesn't matter because you know it's going to sound terrible because you don't know how to play the piano, but it still feels nice playing that sounds with the piano, even if you don't know how to play the piano. Because you're
mm,
creating for no reason. You're just you being spontaneous. You don't have rules, or in that example, you don't have piano lessons, so you don't know anything about it. And that's how you have to look at no thoughts. You don't know anything about not having no thoughts. Yeah, so you got to leave it alone because you don't know anything about not having any thoughts. You don't. You only know about having thoughts. That's the you, the I, the me. Only knows knowing, brother. So it can't get this. It simply can't get this. The character of Madhi will never, ever, ever get this. And it's when you're prepared to take all of the shit and bullets in the stillness and silence that you realize, I can take whatever comes and I can create whatever I want, whenever I want, wherever I want, for whoever I want, or for no reason, because it's all just made up in my own head anyway.
do you still do practices, brother? Sometimes when the thoughts, like train of thoughts, come in. I mean, watching thoughts is a
Oh,
practice, right?
it
You
is. It is until there aren't any thoughts to watch.
mm, between practice and no practice.
Yeah, but for me, that there's no words there. That there's no differentiation. There's no separation between practice and no practice. I do what
Mm,
feels nice, or the body does what feels nice, and it rejects what doesn't feel nice without labels, without practice, without meditation, without breath work, without walking, without a story. It just knows what it likes, and I let it do it. And I love watching it and feeling it and smelling and tasting it and learning that I am helpless in this instant. I'm hopeless in this instant. I'm nobody. I'm nothing in this instant. I don't have a life in this instant. What I do have in this instant is memories of a body that has been labeled my wife, that makes my heart feel amazing and makes me feel all pins and needle and goosebumps when I think of her. when I think what she's doing now, she's having a coffee with my son's dog. She's just a little tiny dog. And, she doesn't know I'm thinking this way. She doesn't know she's giving me goosebumps right now. And she's not even here. That's just, I've created that story and it feels beautiful. And because I created it, the mind is busy. Yeah, so it's nothing for it to do. It's just watching, it's aware, it's learning, it's adapting, it's creating its own, let's use the word, it's creating its own next based on what it really likes the most, which is ultimately what the thoughts are, right? When you get in the way of the next, all you're trying to do is avoid bad stuff and get good stuff in the future. Yeah, that's all the mind is doing. But knowing now that there isn't any good or bad, brother, there isn't any future, it's still this instant. And you're just a body growing on this planet in this instant without a story. Yeah. The only stories you've got to deal with are the ones that you've created unconsciously from the so-called past, because you're going to have to tidy some of that stuff up to make it go away. But you only have to do it once and it's gone away forever. Yeah, whether it be a thought train or flashbacks or trauma, whether it be a physical job or activity or expectation that someone has of you that you don't want or you're not enjoying, you can gracefully stop it all, end it all from the heart for you, unapologetically, for no reason, if things don't make you feel good. You don't have to chase things that make you feel good. You just have to stop doing the things that make you feel bad, and then you'll always feel good. So instead of trying to add more stuff, more next to feel better, yeah, don't add anything. Put all of your awareness, if you're going to put awareness into your story of my life, put it into the bits you want to undo and unpick and throw away and get rid of consciously. And we can only do one thing at a time there. So if there's something or a person or a situation in your life, in this currently, today, that you don't like or you don't want or you need to deal with, just fucking deal with it, man. Now, right in this instant. And then it's gone away forever. And then the mind rests. It doesn't have to remember anything. It doesn't have to prepare for anything. It's just all done and gone away. And if you deal with everything like that in this instant, there's never any thoughts because you're always acting instinctively from your gut, from your essence, as opposed to from the story of the me or the I that has opinions and feels judged or is fearful or feeling helpless or hopeless sometimes, because none of that is actually happening. It's just sensations and thoughts. Just accept that you have to accept it and move on. It's done now. All of that, what I just said, all that shit I just spoke of, all that story, there's still nothing there and there's still nothing here. And it's still this instant. Just try, I'm going to flick your awareness with you. I'm going to guide you. I want you to flick in stillness, flick your awareness to the sensation of the seat in your bum and the floor in your feet. Now put your awareness into all sounds. Now all sights wide, all sights. All sights, all sounds, all feelings, all at once. Don't move. Keep breathing into the tummy. Really breathe slowly outwards, slowly outwards. Feeling it all arise, feeling all that energy arise. Don't swallow. Don't swallow. Just keep breathing. Feel what you feel. Watch it all, knowing you can handle it. Unlabel, unlabel, unlabel. Keep breathing. See how the mind has given up. It will keep remembering, it remembers stuff. But you, that awareness, the real you, needs to keep remembering when that remembers, it remembers stuff. You, the one, that awareness, the real you, needs to remember that you can watch that and not join in. It's the joining in will perpetuate it. That's the next. That's you believing you're the I or the me, and don't need to do that. But you will get caught out for a long, 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 long time to come. So don't get frustrated. Just enjoy the isness, brother. Fill it with all those things you want to do. Start unraveling and untying and releasing the stuff you don't enjoy in your life. And just stop doing it. And add new things that you love doing, and put some, when you're in this stillness, connect with the energy of the 5-year-old you in front of the bathroom mirror, brushing his teeth. Connect with his innocence and his essence, his playfulness and his funness. And ask him, what do I need to do right now? What would give me joy right now? And believe him. Believe that, the first answer. Don't let the mind talk you out of it. And feel that in your gut. Feel how that would help you. That's a real next. If you want a next, use that. If you have to do anything, do that. Whatever he's told you to do. Because that was without mind. That was just your instinct. That's what you need or want instinctively, you know. Does that make sense? Can you resonate with that? Or has it confused you?
Neither both, because really, as I told you on paper, there is nothing that I'm forcing myself to do that I don't like to do. I'm just doing the things that I love. People that, I mean, nothing to change really. There's nothing needed at all already since a while. So, but I feel what you're saying that way. Yeah.
Yeah. Just step back from life, man. Step back from you thinking you've got it all worked out, even. Because that's like a knowing. It's like a boom, I'm happy, I've got everything. And it's like you're back there going, identity, identity. Yeah. If I have everything and I'm happy, why aren't I happy all the time? Yeah, because you're human. Humans aren't supposed to be happy all the time. That's not life. It's certainly not grown up life when you have responsibilities, you know, and expectations of you, and you've committed to things long term. You know, we're not designed for that. You know, a dog isn't locking itself in for 15 years with the same dog, you know. So nothing ever remains constant, ever. Although this instant does.
Yes. God. Just one question because I offer like ceremonies for group of people or one-on-ones, and I've noticed like when there is like this meeting with people, like this clarity is like forcefully there. Does it happen to you? Like sometimes like I feel like I'm lost in thoughts and everything, and I have someone that I'm gonna meet or a group, and it's like just before everything got clear and like we melt all of us in that clarity or spaciousness.
Yeah. I, so the answer to your question is no, not anymore. But yes, for certain. I certainly did used to have that when I used to do one-to-ones and group work like that earlier on. I when I used to prepare for them or write scripts or write notes ahead of the meetings, it used to be a disaster because I used to.
Exactly.
So I do
Exactly.
know what you mean. I'm trying to relate. That's me relating to what you said. I just don't have it anymore. because I've learned that I can't write anything down, man, because it's all bollocks. It's all crap.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
getting in the way, actually.
yeah, yeah. And not only is it getting in the way before the event, in the middle of the event, you are ignoring all of your senses because you are addicted and locked into this story. So it doesn't matter what is in the isness, you're unconscious to it because you've decided it's these words in this isness. And it ain't these words in this isness. There ain't no words in this isness.
Mm.
So it's nice to use words to help people and teach and learn and point, inquire. Mm. But all we're really doing is reconnecting with the body and watching it all. You know, it literally ends there. And with just that watch out, that awareness, without a story, brother, always. And just
Mm.
have faith that you're doing, if I can tell you anything, not that there's a right or wrong, but don't stop. All right?
What do you mean don't stop?
Don't stop. Don't stop at any point in the story to check in on the story, to believe it or not believe it, or to try and do something with it, or to try and make it quiet, or don't do anything with the story, man. Yeah. Visualize a bright red strawberry. Say hello 5 times in your head. Go and do those things. Write your own stuff. You decide what the story is. Because this isn't a strawberry and you didn't say hello to me out loud 5 times, right? It was just a story. Yeah. Choose wisely, my man. Create that yourself. Get up in the morning, have your list of things you're going to do in that day, which are the things that you love, and don't stop. Don't get sidetracked and do other stuff that people pull you up and go, oh, can you help me with this? Can you do this? Can I speak to you about this? No, you can't. I'm busy. You say no because they're going to pull you out of your energy. You're going to get lost again. It's just how it works, particularly when you work with other people and you share your energy, you share your stillness. It's really important that you give yourself some of that stillness, my man. And being a guide or being a teacher doesn't make you immune from the story.
Mm.
You
Sure.
know, it just makes you much more conscious of your own story. Because it's really that's what we're doing here. In the work that I do, I'm just trying to get rid of my old story and trying to create a new life, a new isness, new beliefs, new muscle memory. And I do it every day. It doesn't matter if I feel good, if I feel bad, if I'm in pain, if I'm in heaven, if I'm busy, if I'm bored, if I'm clean, if I'm dirty, if I'm cold, if I'm hot. I don't fucking stop. Because I know there's going to be stories at some point, but I don't stop and wait for them and go through them and look and feel them all. It's irrelevant now. I know who I am. I know I'm not the me or the I in the story. So when it does happen, for whatever reason, because I'm not in control of it, it doesn't happen to me. There's no character grabbing that story or trying to fix anything in the story. It just watches it and laughs, or it just watches the pain and laughs, knowing it's just a thought because there's no one touching me.
Mm.
And it's that resilience, that knowing, that discipline, that practice, watching all of that with that knowing, brother, because still this instant and there's still nothing happening. And you, my man, are just fucking whole, perfect, and complete already in this instant. And if you didn't talk and didn't move, you'd believe that forever. But if you now start getting busy and doing jobs and that, and the mind spins up because it has to keep you safe whilst you're moving and talking and driving, and it's never going to be silent. But even when you're driving and it's kind of can get busy for people when they're driving because they get bored, you can watch it. You can watch boredness happen. And you can watch how terrible it feels and laugh at it, knowing that you're the awareness of that now and you're not wrapped up in the story being crushed by it. Because it doesn't ever go away. It's just, I'm not taking this personally. There's no victim on the other end of any of it anymore. And there's certainly no seeker or searcher trying to find anything other than this instant, because there ain't nothing else.
Mm. Thank you, brother.
Okay, my man.
If you are open to, like, do you like I offer energy? It's not like energy work, but if you are open to, I would love to share something with you one day or whenever you want. It's like just something that comes through that I'm sharing with people, of course, in this clarity. It's like always in this, if you feel like, I would be happy to just offer you this as a gift.
Thank you, brother. I love that. That's very kind of you. Let's keep this instant for you. Yeah. And I will take you up on that. I'm not going to create a next for either of us. But I am aware of that offer and I appreciate it. And I put it in my heart. And I thank you for that, brother. And the character of Vern looks forward to it one day.
Beautiful. And the character of Madhi as well.
All right, my man.
Much love, brother. Much love.
What country are you in? Can you just confirm what country you're in?
Actually, I'm from Tunisia.
Okay.
Okay,
And
but
you're in what country?
actually I just arrived in France like a few days ago.
So my father did as well. My father's there too.
Sorry?
My father just did as well. He's in France at the minute.
Okay, amazing. And I saw that on the video you said like Madhi from France. I
And that
said
was just the
Madhi
accent.
okay, Madhi who is going to France, but yeah.
I will change it. I'll correct it.
No, that's okay. It's just whatever. So I'm in the south of France now. It's like I'm in this beautiful place. I'm
Nice.
gonna show you a bit. Like it's just in the.
Oh, that's stunning, man. Look at that. Yeah, we like that. We like that.
Which
Well,
part of England are you in?
so I'm in a county called Essex, which is it's just above London. Like literally, it rests above London. They
Okay.
touch. So it's like you got the city of London, and then around the top of London, kind of at 3 o'clock, you've got Essex there, and
Okay.
at 2 o'clock, you've got Essex there, kind of in the top right above London. And yeah, we kind of we have a holiday home. Well, it's like a lodge here. It's like a holiday park that we live in. It's actually a marina.
Okay.
So it's where we used to have our boats. So I lived on boats for a couple of years with my
Amazing.
family, and we sold them a few months ago, and to the people in the marina, to the people that own the marina, and did a part exchange for this lodge. So it's much more peaceful and calm and
Amazing.
organized and predictable. So it's nice. It's good for me.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
But
And brother, whenever you wanna come to Tunisia, you have a place where to stay. You're welcome to.
no,
You wanna like have some sun
that's
and
amazing. Well,
some beach.
maybe at some point, maybe a good next to do. Maybe next year, we could maybe do something together out there, and you could put a group together, and
Of
we
course, with
could
love.
we could so we can just share the work, share the healing,
With love.
and remember our job isn't to heal anybody. It's to trigger
Yeah.
the healer within themselves, because once a Zoom call's finished, you've got to keep working on that. It never stops. Remember, I said it never, ever stops. Every second, it never stops.
Mm.
It's just the human experience. And when you can accept that, part of that is to learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable and be okay with being uncomfortable. It doesn't mean you're unsafe, doesn't mean you're going to die, doesn't mean you're going to get hurt, doesn't mean anyone's touching you, doesn't mean anything's broken. It's just what's happening and you're aware of it, mate. And you love it all, love it all. Pull it all into your heart, even the most painful, filthiest, dirtiest, crappiest thoughts, pictures, sensations. You put it all into your heart and you thank the universe for allowing you the opportunity to allow that energy to pass through you. And you stop swallowing it all down. Stop trying to catch it all and remember it and do it all right and perfect. Yeah, because that you're doing it all wrong by doing that. There's nothing to do.
Yeah.
All right, you're already perfect. And I'll finish there. I love you, brother.
I love you, brother.
Are you okay for this to go public, or did you want to watch it first?
As you like, brother. No, I don't
You
need.
you tell me. You tell me now. You choose your
Yeah,
instinct
yeah,
from your
sure,
gut.
sure, of course.
What?
No.
Public? Public, okay.
What is there to hide?
It's all done now as well, right? It's all done.
Yeah, much love.
We're all done. All right, brother. Look after yourself, my man.
Thank you,
Speak to you
bye.
soon. Bye-bye.